Hello, hello. It's Sarah Ayler from softluxcompany.com. I've got a great guest here named Cole Parker, and she is going to open up our Beltane design kit, and we are going to have a little maker party today. In the meantime, while you guys are jumping on here, I wanted to make sure that you saw the coupon code for this week, which is Bead Sale, 20% off beads and gemstones. It's actually up to 65% off if you include all the closeout beads that are also on sale. So it's a great time to look through our bead categories, whether it's the check glass or the antler or the CZs or the gemstones, and get a little fun discount on your order. And that does apply to any of our brand new bead strands and bead mixes from Jesse James Beads, and also some brand new teeny tinies that we just loaded today that I'm going to show you here in just a minute. So let me pop this off. Hi, Cole.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. And Cole and I have been chatting for about 30 minutes. I'm asked her some questions, what I asked earlier, just because I know she's got some really awesome answers to share with you guys. But Cole was introduced to me by a mutual friend named May Flom. And I'm really excited that you're able to join us today, Cole.
I'm super excited too. Thank you for having me.
So one of the things we were talking a little bit about, Cole, is what got you started in beading. Do you want to talk a little bit about that with our viewers?
Yeah. So basically, I go full out when I tell stories. I'll just like dive right in. So I have severe anxiety and PTSD, and a friend of mine suggested I start trying a hobby to kind of deal with the anxiety and ground myself and all sorts of things like that. So I did that, and I picked jewelry making, and I got obsessed within like, I don't know, 3 weeks. And then this whole room is full of beads. So it went from there. It was 10 years ago I started teaching myself, and yeah, it's been a crazy ride.
I mean, I think that was such good advice that she gave you, because having a hobby, I think, really helps. Anytime you're dealing with grief or anxiety or any sort of pressure, just even, just not feeling great. We go through seasons of life where our body doesn't feel as well as it maybe used to. And when you have like a little project or something that you can do and you can feel like you're accomplishing something every day by completing a design or knitting or crocheting or any of the, fun hobbies that you can choose, I think it really, really makes a big difference. And I love how honest you are, because there's
too honest.
No such thing. There's no such I think it's so important, and I think it's so relatable probably for so many people who also have things that they're working through,
Yeah.
we're living with.
True.
Yeah, I think that's great. So good for you. And I met you because May feels like you're such an inspiration, and love that. And I imagine you're going to inspire all sorts of people here today.
I hope so. Yeah.
So a little bit more about how you evolved in your jewelry design, and maybe a little bit about your Etsy shop, I think would be helpful for everyone to get to know you.
Okay. So basically I started doing the same stuff everyone was doing, right? Like charms on a chain, basic earrings, that kind of thing. Gemstones on a pendant, basic stuff. And then I started growing and being like, you know what, I want to be a little different. I want to be a little fun. Not that those pieces aren't fun for some people, but I like color. I like unique. I like eccentric and like statement pieces. So I got some tassels one day and I was like, you know what? This is really awesome. And I made this really cool necklace with them. And I was like, I can't not do this. So I changed my Etsy name to Madame Tassels. Spelled the French way, Madame. And I am Madame Tassel. And yeah, so I just went from there and I started making chunky beaded necklaces and a lot of dangly like chain necklaces like this one. I don't know if you guys can see, but this is a made with my initials. I love using chain and oh, someone's asking if there are any tips for selling on Etsy.
Yeah.
Etsy is difficult. It takes a long time. There are I would do a lot of research and I would make sure you use the right keywords. Do not break copyright laws. Do not break their TOS, the terms of service. You'll get kicked off immediately at this point. Great pictures are an absolute must. So like I have a light box over here and I use that consistently. I like a pure white background. It seems to work for me, but some people like putting flowers in. That's fine too. Yeah, it's difficult.
I would say the people I've seen be most successful find a niche, or they find something that makes them unique and makes them stand out. And that can be really helpful. And that may even be where being like really niched into tassels to start and build, a clientele, and then be able to extend other things out from there. So
Exactly.
maybe do some research and find what niche isn't being met, and then start with that, and then work your way out from there. Would be my best advice.
Yeah, totally agree. Absolutely.
How long have you been on Etsy?
It was right before COVID, so 2019 was when I started, I believe.
A while.
Yeah.
It's been a while now.
I'm at 399 sales. So whoever gets that 400 sale, I will love you forever.
Oh, how exciting. Okay, so the best places to see Cole are on Instagram and on Etsy. But Thomas will drop some other links as we go through the program. But if you don't go anywhere else but those two places, make sure you subscribe and follow and see what she's got going on, especially on Instagram and on Etsy. Okay, so I'm going to, I think, go to my tray first, and then I'll flip over to you to start unwrapping. Or if you want to start unwrapping and thinking about what you want to make.
Yeah, sure.
And then I'll come on over real quick after. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome. Okay, so here we go. I have my Beltane kit out as well, but I wanted to show you some of the new things that we added today. We've got all of our beads on sale this week, and I'll pop that coupon code up again here in a minute if you missed it at the beginning. You can find it right on the website homepage too, and I'm sure Thomas might even pop it into the comments. We added the sweetest little critters today. We added this teeny tiny ceramic giraffe. We've got a sweet little bear. Look at that little face.
Oh my gosh.
Cute. Oh, we've got a teeny tiny dolphin and an itty bitty squirrel. Is he holding a nut? Oh, he is. Adorable. We've got a wolf, not a woof, as my daughter would say. Oh, well, I think that's a wolf. And we've got a llama. I was thinking of Kristen when I picked that one. We've got the cutest little mouse, which I could just wish I had found when we did the Nutcracker design kit. It would have been so cute in that one. but I still had to get it regardless. We've got some great little turtles. We've got some lions, rhinos, polar bears, elephants, and then we've got a couple large pieces that we put in as well. We've got a large dolphin, and we've got a really beautiful large owl. So all of those went into the shop today. If you're interested in any of them, you can pick them up at softluxcompany.com. I had Rosa send me some beads from the live sale. These are the only gemstones that are left from that new gemstone box that we had received just 2 weeks ago. You guys have been blowing us out on these gemstones on our Softflix live bead sale. But we do have some of these left, and I just thought they were so pretty when she sent me the picture of what was left. I was like, send me one of each and I will enjoy making with them today. So I'm going to make something with these. And then as soon as I pick them up, you guys, I just did like a quick swirl of them. Look at how pretty that would be. Just strung all together. I was like, oh my gosh, like that is so gorgeous. But I'm going to break them open. I'm going to make something today using Beltane, maybe some yellow seed beads. I might get into this yellow button. I was thinking how pretty that would look with those greens, and kind of do a fun little mix. This is what I'm giving away today. It's a Surf's Up bead strand. You can find these on the website if you want to buy one, but I will give one to a lucky winner at the end of the program. You must be present to win. Look for the details on how to enter at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to flash over and we'll get a little bird's eye view on what Cole is up to. There
Hello,
we go.
everyone. So I'm super excited about this kit. It's got so many cool colors and like a different mix of colors. I love it. I'm obsessed. I had taken a tiny peek, but I hadn't like really looked at it. And I love these little bow charms that I just saw.
Oh my God, they're so adorable.
Aren't they adorable?
Yes, I love them.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to dump this out if I can see what's in here. And oh my gosh, look at all those flowers. Okay, ideas already. It's happening.
This is one of my favorite things to do is just break open beads, just make stuff.
Yeah, it's the best. I just don't want to lose anything, so I'm putting them in these little bowls.
Smart.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, someone asked me what the large stone was. Let me see if I caught that. Lori, the large stone is Brazilian Amazonite. And I forgot to mention, you guys, because these are the only beads left from that recent box that we received, we're going to be doing a little bit of a flash sale on them tomorrow during the live bead sale. That won't be a huge discount because they're still pretty brand new, but we are going to do a discount for tomorrow. So tune in at 1 p.m. Pacific if you want to grab any of these beautiful beads that I'm working with today.
Okay. So I have an idea for a necklace with some dangling flowers as the pendant. I'm going to use these like coral colored lucite flowers. I believe they're lucite. And then we've got some yellow ones too that I'm going to layer on top of them with, let's see if there are enough bead caps for this. Yep. I'll put these right in the middle, and then we need a pendant. Let's do this. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love the colors in this kit so much.
Yeah, we were a little nervous about this kit because it's a lot of different colors. Sometimes that doesn't go over well, but
I love it.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe I should. I change my mind sometimes, so bear with me, guys.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Be flexible and follow your inspiration.
I will. Let's see. That's gonna go there, and then into blue.
I'm cutting open a bunch of gorgeous beads. I'm like, this is sweet. I feel super lucky.
Okay, so I'm gonna take some head pins, some gold head pins, and let's see. I'm gonna start with one of these like super sparkly beads from the Jesse James mix,
Cool.
and I'm just gonna put that on the bottom, and then we're gonna do the lucite flower in like peach kind of color, coral. Oh my gosh, it's pretty on its own. I love it. And then yellow on top. That's perfect. And then the great thing about these bead caps is you can like stretch them out or squeeze them in to make them the right size for what you're doing. So I'm going to stretch that out a little bit. And then it's just close it over the yellow. So this is my little flower, and I'm going to do 2 of those. Let's see. One more sparkly. One more flower, yellow, and bead cap. Awesome. So then once you get to this point, you just bend it to a right angle or use your chain nose pliers to do that. And then I'm going to take my flush cutters and just snip right about there as it flies across the room. And then they always fly everywhere, right, Sarah?
No, yeah, I feel
It's everywhere. Like hitting the window, you know.
Yes, I do know.
Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing over there.
As long as it's not in your eye, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Usually when it's not good.
That would be bad. Yeah. Oh, that'll look good. Okay. And then to mix it up, I'm not going to do just all those flowers. I'm going to do this cute little, it looks like ceramic, this yellow daisy kind of flower. That's super cute. I love that. That's adorable. It looks like a large hole bead, so I think I'm going to put another bead at the bottom just to hold it in. So we'll use this yellow check glass, it looks like. And actually, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to use this. So there's this beautiful strand of yellow beads, and I'm going to cut it open and use these. There we go. So put this on the headband. Perfect. And that'll match perfectly, so it'll kind of blend in. Yeah, just like that. See? And then right angle. And snip it. And then if I can find my round nose pliers, I can make some loops. I can never find my pliers, I swear. Like, they always go missing.
I had to make like a spot for those things because I have little hands that I have 3 children, and they're always like, especially my son loves tools.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? And then the next thing I know, it's in the playroom or under his
Oh,
bed.
no.
So I have like a little bag with a top on it that I keep in place to help me keep those things from disappearing on me.
That's smart. How many? I'm sorry. How old are your children?
Oh, I have a 5-year-old boy, and then I have a 9-year-old girl and an almost 11-year-old girl.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, they're pretty great. I feel pretty lucky to be their mama.
That's good.
Yeah. It's a
I
lot of
have
work,
a cat.
but pretty great.
Yeah.
Need some
Okay.
Italian.
So I've got loops on all of these. I don't know if you guys can see this that well. Let me put it against a dark background. There you go. So we've got little flowers with little loops. And then we're going to connect chain to all of these and make like a dangly pendant. It's going to look really cool. So let's see. I think I'm going to use yellow and the orange, blue. Yep. Okay, so for this part, I need an eye pin. So I'm just going to grab one of my gold eye pins over here. Or you can make your own eye pin, you know, with wire, obviously. But I find it quicker to just use the pre-made ones. I'm just straightening it out. And then I'm going to, this is going to be the main part of our pendant right here. And I want it to look like that, yeah. Cool. So we're going to make another loop. And then I personally like to use split rings when I can, rather than jump rings. I've said this on my lives, but honestly, like I've had issues with jump rings opening up, even if I've worked hard in them. So sometimes I just use a split ring, which is like a little spring like this, you know?
Yeah.
And that way it lasts longer. So
I'm
if
not
possible, I use those.
of jump rings either.
Yeah, I once I had something break and I was like, never again, never again.
It happens to the best of us.
It does. It happens to everyone sometime. Okay, so I need to take some chain. I've got this spool of gold plated chain right here. It's like a nice cable chain. And I'm going to cut it to different lengths like this with my flush cutters. We'll do there. Lay that out. I just approximate this when I do it. I don't really like measure it usually. You can if you want to, but it doesn't have to be exact, you know.
You're so much alike.
What?
You are so much alike. Like
Really?
design in a very similar fashion. Don't you guys think? Everybody who's watching, I say that all the time. I'm like, I have no idea how long this is. I can't be bothered to measure it. Sorry, everybody.
Well, if it's a chain going around someone's neck, like a necklace, I will measure that. Like because you need to write how long it is on Etsy. But something like this, no, I'm just gonna estimate it.
For sure.
I've been doing it long enough. I can do it. Okay, let's cut that. And then that should be good. I want one more cut. So let's go down a little further. This is going to be super, super pretty. I'm so excited. I love these orange beads too, the translucent ones.
I know. That's what I'm using right now.
Aren't they beautiful? Oh my gosh.
They're really pretty. I know.
I'm not even.
I got really inspired by my coworker Kristen used them on Monday.
Uh-huh.
Asymmetrical design that was just super fabulous.
Awesome.
And so I'm like, can I do my own version of that? But I get to use these beautiful green gemstones too. Like that sounds pretty sweet.
That's pretty awesome too.
Yeah, they're
So
pretty these orange ones are really I'm not a big orange fan, but I love them.
yeah, orange is not my favorite color usually, or yellow, but I'm like using peach, yellow, and orange right now. I don't know. I don't know.
Something's happening. Yeah.
So basically, I'm just opening these loops again with my round nose pliers and putting the chain through it rather than using a jump ring because, again, I hate jump rings. I don't hate them. That's a little strong of a word, but oh my gosh.
Uh, dislike.
Dislike.
Don't
Yeah.
feel like using.
Yes, exactly. I'm traumatized by jump rings breaking
Yeah.
and
Oh,
opening.
that's what started Softflex was the owner of Softflex was making jewelry and he actually started making jewelry because he had an injury and he was doing
Yeah.
it to keep himself busy, but also it was a hand injury. So he was doing it as
Oh.
recovery method too, and he just fell in love with it. But he started making things on the original tiger tail that was available at the time, and they kept
Mm-hmm.
breaking. And he was so traumatized that he sat down and made Softflex, and came up with
That's
the
so cool.
idea of 49 strand stainless steel product that was super strong,
That's
that was
amazing.
able to withstand, I mean, if you think about it, before there was this material, jewelry designs had a short life because they were
Yeah,
on a thread or a cord that just would disintegrate. And
exactly.
now the jewelry that we make is going to last like several lifetimes if it's made well.
If it's made right, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
that's kind of a big deal.
Okay, so I'm ready to attach it to my little pendant. So this is going to be like the top of our pendant, this little other yellow flower. And then I think I'm going to do it like this, like cascading upwards. So again, I'm going to open the loop I made at the bottom of the pendant. Actually, I'll use chain nose pliers. It's simpler. If you're not so good with making loops, it's easier to just open it like this with a chain nose plier. So that's a good skill to know. Let's see if I made this too long. I might have, but that's okay. It can be long. I kind of like making long chokers with a long chain that goes down, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think those look really beautiful, actually. But so that may be what this becomes.
I would love that.
Yeah, it'll be super cute. So basically, you just have to thread the chain, and it takes a minute sometimes to get it right in the right spot. But I'm going to thread the chain on in the order that I want them to dangle. So I want the longer one first, then the medium one, then the short one. So here's the medium one. I'm making a kind of chain tassel with charms at the bottom, beads at the bottom. It's kind of cool. It'll look cool when I'm done.
I'm going to throw a few comments up, but they're just comments of joy. Everyone is sitting and admiring what you're making and enjoying.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome. So good to see all of you here. Those bead strands that I showed you, the gemstone strands, are only going to be available at the Softlex Live bead sale tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. So if you liked any of the stones I showed you that I'm using in my design, and I'll come back over to my bead table here shortly, that's where you can find them. And the bead sale's open through the weekend. So even if you can't make it live, you can shop in the evening or over the weekend through Monday. And there's enough of them. I imagine they'll still be available. I don't think they're going to all disappear during the live. There was a good quantity on each of them.
So I finished my pendant. There we go. Let me lay it out so you guys can see. Super cute. Yellow ceramic right there, and then the lucite flowers here. And then when we put it on a chain, it'll just hang down like this. Or you could even put it on a ribbon and make it into a choker, like right up here, you know. This is really cute. I like this.
So cute.
Yeah, turned out good. I think I'm gonna have to make earrings with these bows though, because, and I'll put the chain on the pendant later and show you guys.
I love how those bows turned out.
Oh, the bows are adorable. They're absolutely adorable. Let's see, let's look at these. These are such cute beads. Pink's really pretty.
How to decide.
It is. It's very difficult sometimes to figure out what to. Oh, I think I might do that. Teal is always fun. Let's see. A smaller orange bead.
You're looking. I think I'll flash over and show everybody where I've gotten.
Okay, cool.
Get it back on the screen. I'm sure I'm not on screen anymore, but we'll get there. Okay, here's where I'm at. I opened up. Look at how beautiful those beads are just on a bead tray. So we've got these ones were the Brazilian Amazonite. These are blue moonstone, so pretty. We've got some Larimar chips, and this is also Brazilian Amazonite. So super pretty. I was really inspired by Kristen's necklace earlier. If you guys watched her on Monday, I didn't get to watch. I just saw a picture of it after. And I loved what she made. So I'm recreating what she made in my own version. And it was an asymmetrical design, kind of about here, I think. An asymmetrical design, which I don't do very often. I know she doesn't do very often too, but I thought it would be fun. I'm going to add some more of these in up here. I'm still thinking on these beautiful peach crystals that are in that bead mix. Don't know that I'll be able to get them in, but they're really calling my name. So maybe we'll see. Yeah, there's just so many fun things in the Beltane bead mix, which you can get 20% off with that coupon code. And then mixing in all this beautiful gemstone just really, I think, upgrades the look for me. And I think it's coming together slowly but surely. So that's where I'm at. Let me flip on back over.
Okay, so I am working on earrings. What I like to do sometimes is put a charm in front and then have a chain hang down behind the charm. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'll show you what I do. So you take your bottom bead that's going to hang from the chain, and you just do what we did before with the loops. So that's pretty simple. Use your flush cutter, sorry. And just make a loop. simple loop with your round nose pliers. Just like that. I'm going to leave it slightly open for the chain. Some people don't like to leave it open. They like to close it all the way and then reopen it. It's up to you either way, obviously. Whatever works for you. And then I'll do the same thing for this rose. These roses are so beautiful. Look at this. Oh my gosh. So bend it at a right angle. And snip it right there. And again, simple loop. So just turn it and twist your wrist around. Leave it slightly open for the chain. And then we're going to need eye pins, or you can make your own, but I prefer to just use the pre-made ones. So let me get this out of the way so people can see what I'm doing. Okay. I just like to straighten out my eye pins first because they always end up bent somehow. No matter where you get them, they're bent in some way. I don't know why.
True. I know. It's really hard as a reseller to keep them straight. Like
yeah,
they're a big bundle of bent eye bins and head pins. And then
I totally believe that.
When it's time to resell them, you're like, why are they like this? But what am I going to do about it?
Exactly. Yeah. But they're easy enough to straighten, and you can get the nylon jaw pliers like this that you can like actually straighten wire with, which are fun. But I just use my hands usually. So what was I doing? Oh, yes. So I'm doing the top of the earring right now. And this kit came with these beautiful ball end ear wires. So I'm going to use those. I'm going to snip the top of my earring and make a loop so I can put the ball end through. Let's see. And I've got a little glass pearl on top of this blue teal crystal. It's going to look really nice with that rose at the bottom, I think. Yeah. Okay. So let's see how this looks. So these are the ear wires that came with the kit. Really, really pretty. I love ball end ear wires. They're so like classy. I don't know why, but I find them really, really classy and elegant.
There's something about the
yeah.
Oh, Sherry has such a good idea. Oh, there's a little feedback today. I don't know why, but we'll deal with it. Sherry says you could use a clear tube to hold the head pins. It's true, Sherry, but as somebody who resells something, I would have to have someone sit and straighten each one and then pay for a tube. And by the time I do all of that, I can't sell them for the same price as those who are just selling them like with a little bend in them. So it makes it kind of tricky. It's like a tricky situation.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for all the nice comments on my necklace to everybody. I read through them. Really, really sweet.
Okay. So we got our glass pearl. And we're going to bend it at a right angle again, like that. Zip it. Simple loop at the top. And there we go. So we've got the tops of our earrings made. Look at that. Very pretty, very sparkly. But I need to add the bows. So what I'm going to do is take a jump ring, which I know I don't usually use jump rings, but I have to this time. And I'm going to take 2 jump rings. That right there. I use 2 chain nose pliers instead of a bent chain nose and a chain nose. I like to use both together. So I'm just going to hold one steady and open the jump ring. And then put it through the bottom. And the chain goes, let's see, first. No. So I'm putting the bow on the jump ring, and then I'm going to put the chain on right behind it. Like that. And then close our jump ring and work hard on it a little bit. You can rock it back and forth like this, or I like to do both. You can tap on it with your pliers. That simulates tapping on it with a like a mallet or something like that. I am going to trim this a little bit, but we'll do that later. Let's do this one. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So the bow's on, and now we can put the chain on behind it. And then once this is together, we can attach the roses to the chain, and it'll look super cool. Super cool. Okay. There we go. And since I left the loop slightly open, it's going to be easy to thread onto the bottom of the chain. So that'll be simple. Put that right in there. And then I'm going to close my loop. Perfect. Oh, I love that. I love it. Let's do the other one. Okay. So now I have these cute earrings.
The bow looks so good at the top of the chain.
Isn't that adorable?
Yeah, it's really good.
I love how the roses match those like pearls right at the top so well. It just like kind of pulls it all together. They're long, but I love them.
Yeah, they're fabulous.
Thank you.
They're so good. I'm adding a button to the end here, so I'll probably come back over to my screen real fast.
Okay. Oh,
and
wow.
I wasn't sure what clasp to use, but I found this little button in my box. It's one of my favorite old tiara cast pieces. I'm hoping our tiara cast order will come in soon. We placed it a long time ago, and I know Joyce was working on it this week, but I'm pretty sure we have more of these coming in on that order because it is one of my very favorite things that they make. So I'm going to attach to that button as my clasp by taking a 2x2 millimeter Softlex crimp tube in gold filled, slide it through the button and then back into the crimp tube, and bring it as close as I want, but leave a little room that this can kind of wiggle around. You don't want it so tight that it doesn't feel natural. It needs to have a little jiggle to it. And let me find my crimping pliers underneath all this stuff. I'm going to use the magical crimpers and just really center that crimp tube in the middle of there and compress. And once I've gone over it once, it should have a little square shape to it, like a ravioli. Ravioli time, everybody. And then go around and around it. Everybody makes fun of me for this, Cole, but I use metaphors with food. It's a meatball. Round. That one I didn't come up with, but I stole from somebody. I don't remember who. And then you can just trim right off at that crimp tube. They're Softflex crimp tubes, so they're very thick and strong and seamless. And it just makes such a good hold on the wire. The person who invented these crimping pliers invented it for Softflex wire. And it works so well with our nylon coating. I'm just going to push back my beads here so that they're up to that strand. And there's a little bit of gravity here. Make sure I've got no big spaces. And now I'm going to make a loop on the other side to attach. I'm probably going to wear this necklace all summer, you guys. I can just picture myself. It's such good colors. I love turquoise and yellow. And then just surprisingly, that orange is so terrific. Those big orange check glass beads are really special. It's funny how something can look so different depending on what you put with it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I think that's why the kits are kind of fun, because we marry things together that you maybe wouldn't choose yourself, but when they're all together, they look pretty cool. So here, I'm just going to try to get my button closure to fit just over the top of that button. I don't want it to be too big, but I don't want it to be too small either. So you can kind of play around with it and get it. Definitely go on the bigger size rather than the smaller size if you have to choose one or the other to make sure that it can fit over the top of the button. And then I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to come in and crimp right next to my last bead using the magical crimpers and going around the whole kit and caboodle. I've got to use those bows. I'm not going to use them in this design, but they're so cute.
They're adorable. I'm in love with them.
Love those bows. So I did a symmetrical asymmetrical design. And what I mean by that is I've got some parts that are symmetrical and sections that are matching. And then I've got two sections on each side that mimic each other, have similar coloring, but they're different beads mixed together. And that for me is the easiest way to do an asymmetrical design. I feel really challenged to do the whole thing that way. It's something I'm kind of working towards. But I do like if you can mix in like a chunk that is symmetrical and then focus on some other areas where you're getting some balance in colors, but it still looks different. It can really draw your eye in and make a jewelry design feel really special. I didn't get to use my yellow button. I still have it over here on my beautiful purple bracelet, though.
That's pretty.
Yeah, I love this. I love that button.
That's super pretty.
So in this case, it's orange. Oh, thanks, everybody. And again, if you want to check out those gemstone beads, they will be on the live bead sale tomorrow, Starts at 1 p.m. You can join our text list to get a text message when it goes live. And we'll have these in, and we're going to do a little sale on them tomorrow. Since it's the only thing that's left, we got a big gemstone bead box, and you guys wiped us out other than these last strands. And so hopefully you can join us live. If not, you can always check it out over the weekend. I'm about to do the giveaway. But before I do that, I don't want to forget, we have our bead sale on the website going on as well. It's a coupon code BEAD sale. It gives you 20% off all of the beads and gemstones, even if they're already discounted because they're on closeout. Even if they're brand new, they just got loaded today, like our teeny tiny beads. All of the beads apply. So that's kind of a nice thing. And some of you weren't here at the beginning, so I probably should show you those teeny tinies one more time. They're so cute. They just went up on the website today. We've got the cutest little creatures. Joyce and I had a very good time picking these out.
Oh, look at that turtle.
Isn't he so cute?
So I mean, adorable.
Even the side is detailed. We've got lions and llamas, little dolphins. So if you're putting together a little summer kit for some kids, I highly suggest these. But they're super cute in adult jewelry too. They can be a really nice little detail, like hanging off the end as like a little special item to add to your design. I've also seen people do multiples of them in a design, like on repeat with the giraffes. I feel like Kristen did a design where she had like 3 to 5 giraffes right on top of each other. It was so cute. The little squirrels. He's got his little nut. So much detail goes into these. We've got a nice sized dolphin and also a beautiful owl. So those all went up online today, but on the website, we've got chip class, we've got bead mixes, like a Jesse James bead mix, brands, all sorts of things that coupon code will apply to. Oh, I didn't miss the llama. He just fell over here. Look at how cute he is. Double-sided, adorable. Okay, let's do our giveaway. Are you ready, Cole?
I am ready.
Okay. Let me find, let me share my screen for that. Here we go. All right, 51 entries. This is your last chance to enter to win. I'm giving away our Surfs Up bead strand, which is absolutely gorgeous. It's full of beautiful teal crystals and all sorts of fun beads that will match our Surfs Up design kit, which is on sale now at softflexcompany.com. In order to win, I did hashtag Tassels because we've got Madame Tassels here today, and it seemed fitting. So to enter to win, just hashtag Tassels into the comments, and that will get you an entry. You only need to do it once to enter. I see a few of you are jumping on board here, so I'm just going to give you a couple seconds to get those entries in. Thanks for being with us today. I hope you guys will shop the bead sale on the website. Definitely go check us out at the live sale tomorrow. You can download the Softflex Company app to your phone or device. That's the best way to shop. You can also go to our website and click live sale and find it on the website, or we stream live to Facebook and Instagram for the live sales. So you can shop in those places as well. And it's just fast and furious. We look at 120 items, 5 of which will be those gemstones that we saw today, but many, many more beautiful things as well. Okay, here we go. Who will the winner be? Annie. Annie on Facebook. Let us know in the comments that you're here to claim your prize. And then you're going to email info@softluxcompany.com. Let them know your shipping address and that you won a Surf's Up bead strand. And then they will get that out to you. Yes, please subscribe to Softluxe Company on YouTube, but also go over and check out Cole and subscribe to her as well.
Thank you.
And then the best place to find more from Miss Cole Parker is on Instagram, and then definitely check out her Etsy page. Those are the two places that she hangs out the most.
Yes.
All right, Annie, let us know you're still here. And if not, stick around because I will pick another winner. We like to have someone here. Otherwise, we're just pretending to give away something. We want to make sure they get the instructions. Ava, you're so sweet. Yes, hit that big like button. We appreciate that. And we're so glad you were able to hang out with us today, Cole, for the very first time.
Thank you. I had so much fun. This was great. Thank you so much.
I loved learning more about you and how you're using beading just to relieve your anxiety. I think that's so awesome.
Yeah, it works.
I really think there's a lot of people out there that could also benefit from doing more beading and relaxing in that way.
Yeah,
All
or
right.
any type of craft, you know?
What do you think, Thomas? Should we pick another winner? I don't see her popping up. Annie, did you miss us? Annie, are you here? We're going to give you one last chance, and then we'll pick another winner because we like to make sure our winners see that they won something and can claim their prize. So stick around, everybody, because this happens every once in a while. Kelly says she also beads to ease her anxiety.
Oh, Kelly, that's awesome.
Big hug to you, Jessica. Tina says it definitely helps with her anxiety too.
Good.
Yeah,
Tina.
wonderful. It's such a good hobby.
Yeah.
Kimberly finds
I think everyone's finding it relaxing. I think this is a common thing.
It's so good. Okay. Kimberly says she likes to bead when she's super anxious. All right, I'm going to pick another winner, I think. Last chance, Annie. Here we go. We're up to 60 entries now.
Oh, wow.
Who will it be? Kathy on Facebook. Kathy Tutmark, I'm going to guess. Let us know you're here, Kathy. You are now our winner for today. Hopefully you're still here. Hopefully we don't go through 5 people. Usually within 3 people, usually with the first person, but every once in a while you get a situation where you pick a couple people that had to bounce early. Kim says beading is cheaper and more fun than therapy.
Oh my gosh, it is. Absolutely. I 100% agree with you.
I do too. I do like therapy too. I like
She's
both.
here. Kathy's here.
There's Kathy. Okay, Kathy, email info@softluxcompany.com and let us know your shipping preferences, where you'd like it shipped to, and then also let them know that you won the Surf's Up bead strands so they know what to send you. And Thomas will follow up as well. That was wonderful. I'm so glad you were here. And congratulations, Kathy. Well, it was so nice to hang out with you today. I found this super relaxing. Maybe the best part of my day entirely.
Definitely the best part of mine.
I just realized my new necklace matches my glasses.
Oh, nice. That's always good.
Let's see them.
If you saw, oh, that's funny. If you saw how much I spent on beads, Kimberly, it's not good. I've had to cut down a lot.
I know it's tough, but please do come hang out with us tomorrow at the live sale. It'll start at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. I've got lots of fun stuff to show you. You can also shop on the website with that coupon code. Let me flash it one last time, and then we will be bouncing out of here. Here it is, coupon code Bead Sale, 20% off on all the beads and gemstones at the Softlix website. Also, free shipping on orders over $89 will apply, so you can get both of those deals at the same time. Hey, it was really beautiful to meet you, Cole, and spend some time with you. And
it was so nice. Yeah.
Go ahead.
It was so nice to meet you too. It's I knew of you and I've heard of you and everything, but it's so nice to actually get to talk to you and know you as a person. So
I totally agree. And big thank you to May for pointing Cole out to us and letting her come and inspire us with how she is using beading in such a beautiful way. And thank you to everybody for just coming and hanging out with us today. I love all of you. And I can't believe I'm coming up on a 12-year anniversary of doing these videos, which is insane that I've been doing it that long. I was thinking the other day, you guys have been with me through having 3 kids, through losing my husband, through the ups and downs, writing books, and like just through it all. And all of you show up here every Wednesday and hang out and cheer me on. And I appreciate and love all of you. So have a really great day. Have a great weekend. And well, I'll see you tomorrow. And then I'll tell you to have a good weekend. Love you guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.